is here as well. Well, goodness me, have you got your lotto ticket? $55 million, a record-breaking Powerball jackpot. It has to be won. Got to go. She's got to go. The big question is, I suppose, one lucky punter, or will it, trickle down and we'll have multiple winners? That's kind of how I'd like to see it going. But who knows? There have been 12 must-be-won draws in Lotto New Zealand history, and 7 of those have been shared by multiple winners. So excitement is building. From Lotto, Will Hine joins me now. Hello, Will.
How's it going?
Good to talk again. I'm going well. You going well?
I'm busy.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
The whole place is buzzing.
How exciting. Now, explain it to me. I thought our cap was 50, but 55 we've got to. How does it work?
Yeah, good question. So every time someone buys a Powerball ticket, a portion of that goes into our prize pool. And so that's ticking up in the background, minute by minute, the prize pool growing and growing and growing. When that gets to 50 million, we have to call a must-win that we set up under the Gambling Act. But we've actually got discretion as to how much we make the actual jackpot that's available. And in this instance, we can see that ticket sales are really strong, and we're going to be at 54, 55 million probably by the end of tomorrow. Yep. So we said to ourselves, what's the right number to give back to the players to put on the poster to make the jackpot? And for us, it's 55. So that's how we've ended up here.
Okay. And I mean, I think most people understand the trickle-down theory if it doesn't go to one person. But, Will, that's why I've got you here. Explain what happens if it's not one ticket that wins it.
Yeah, so first division Powerball is when you get all six of the regular numbers in the Powerball. Mm-hmm. Normally, in a standard week, if no one gets that, then the Powerball rolls over and gets bigger in the next draw. But now, this week, well, there must be one. If no one gets that, then it goes to Division 2, which is 5 of the regular balls plus the bonus ball plus the Powerball, and it would get split among them. And you know what? If there's no one in that category that's won either, then it would go down to Division 3 Powerball, and they would split it. And actually on Wednesday, funnily enough, there was no one in Division 1 Powerball, there was no one in Division 2 Powerball, and if it had been Wednesday, you would have had $45 million being split among 99 winners. So anything can happen on a must-be-won night.
Now, I've been looking into this, and, Lotto also has some good advice because, if say I win the big one, Will, and, what happens? Does Lotto go, whoop, whoop, she's won, you swoop in, you give me all the advice, you tell me how I get my money? Is that kind of how it works? Or you just abandon me?
No, we take you through a bit of a program. It's a massive amount of money to win for any Powerball winner, whether it's $4 million or more. So we do set you on the path to, we hope, a success. We invite you into our winners room up here in Auckland, or we can work with you over the phone, but essentially it's connecting you up with a private banker from your bank, and a private banker is someone who's used to dealing with high net worth individuals, and they will put you in touch with financial advisors and others, accountants, making sure you've got the right legal advice, talking to you about your will, all sorts of things, just making sure that you're covering all your bases and that you're making good decisions. Of course, everyone can make their own decisions. If they want to spend it all on classic cards or whatever, then so be it. But the aim is to give the person all the right information and options, and as I say, usually to help them make it last for their family and friends, which is what most people want.
No tax, Will. We don't pay tax on our winnings in New Zealand, do we?
No tax. Nope.
Yeah. And if I won just under 1,000 or 1,000, I get a payout and it was a ticket, I go back to where I bought it, and they supposed to give me the whatever it is under $1,000 straight away?
Yeah, that's correct. And we don't have to get it from where you bought it, but in any store, take the ticket into any store.
Oh,
and
I think you had to go back to the one you bought it from. Okay.
No, any store. And winnings, if you're an online player, under $1,000 get paid out to you automatically. If it's over 1,000, then we just need to go through a small process. But we would try and make it as easy as we can.
Well, what does it look like? Because I don't know. But if you're on My Lotto and does it come up? Does it say you're a winner, or if it's a big one, do they say mega winner? Does it change, or does it just say winner?
I can tell you this because I personally have been a Division 3 Powerball winner prior to joining Lotto, actually. What happens is if you're a My Lotto player, you'd normally get an email overnight after the draw just saying, hey, you've won a prize of some sort that you might want to look in your, check your app and see what sort of prize you've got. It is a decent prize. The email doesn't say how much you've won, anything like that, but it just says go and check your numbers. You go into your app and it goes through the whole animation. You sort of start checking your ticket, and it goes through, and one number scratches off, then another, then another, then another, then another, and it goes through the whole thing, and then the prize comes up at the top of the screen, and it's all tremendously exciting. Trust me.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to because it was, it was your win, but was it? Can you tell us what you got? I don't want to. What'd you make?
Cool. So I won Division 3 Powerball. So that was a prize of just over $1,100.
Oh, nice. Oh no, I'll take that. Yeah. But look, at the end of the day, Will, we know is it that there's a one chance in 38,383 something per lotto line, isn't it? It's a big number.
Yeah. So the chance of winning the Division 1 Powerball is 1 in 38 million per line. So if you've got 10 line ticket, that's about 1 in 3.8 million of that ticket being the one. And we do say to our players that even when the jackpot's big, the odds don't change. The odds still stay pretty small. So so it's about keeping it in perspective. We say to our players, get involved, buy a ticket, throw your hat in the ring, have some fun, imagine what could happen and how you might win. But actually, for most people, you won't.
I love it. For most people, you won't. Look, Lotto's doing very well, slightly down on last year's records, but sales for the year to June were 10% ahead of budget, 1.63 billion, Will, and profits 22% above target at 405 million. So, Lotto's doing well. Yeah,
and our results are largely based off our jackpots. It's a funny business whereby the revenue is really strongly linked to the jackpots, and that's defined by what balls come out of the machine on any given night. It's an interesting business to be in. But it was a strong last year, and that enabled us to send $395 million back to the Lottery Grants Board for distribution to the community. That's why we were set up back in the 1980s. It's to raise funds for the Lottery Grants Board. Sometimes in the middle of must be one, people do lose for that a little bit, and it can be easy to think it's about the winning. Winning's great, but actually it's what can we do to raise money for the Lottery Grants Board and make sure that they have a sustainable flow of funding that they can pass on.
Well, just a couple more things I want to ask you. How's the rollout gone of, you had your systems upgrade in the shops, on the app, your tickets are now on one instead of, having multiple, tickets, which are always a bit of a pain in the bum. Has it been seamless?
It's been really, really good. Yeah, above expectations, which is great given we're now into a high jackpot and it must be one. It's performing well. Customers seem to be liking the fact that they have all their numbers sort of on one ticket, and the technology has settled in well in stores. And obviously good. It's been put through its paces this weekend, but it's held up well in the past few weeks. Yeah.
I went into, I normally do my lotto, but I was in the mall and I thought, I'll just get one in the store here. And I went in and I was trying to check an old ticket in the new Fandangle machine. I was like, stupid machine's not even working. And I was trying and it just did nothing. And I looked at it closely. It was yellow. It was an old gold class movie stub, Will, that I was trying.
You had me worried for a second there.
I was like, geez, I've just had such an old person moment. I'm wondering why my lotto scanner isn't working, because it's picking up anyway. Hey, look, and the other thing that it's scaring a few people, Will, it's spooking the horses, that Lotto's confirmed that between 2 and 4 extra numbers will be added to Powerball, or that you're adding more numbers. Is this happening?
Not quite. No, we've got nothing to confirm yet. We do have our proposal in front of the government just around adding more Powerballs to the machine. We call it a matrix change. And
why?
Well, it's about keeping the game in strong health. As I said earlier, it's all about having sustainable returns back to the Lottery Grants Board. And really, all we can base the health of the game on is how Powerball works when we model it out over thousands and thousands of draws. That's what we do. We model it, try to work out how many tickets we sell, how much will come back to us, and how much we can pass on. And we need to sort of evolve the game intermittently every few years, update it just to ensure that it sort of keeps pace with population growth, inflation, that the prizes remain fit for purpose and in real terms are paying enough back to our players, that we get enough people wanting to buy tickets, and that the jackpots, that's the main thing, that the jackpots grow and come and go with the right regularity that people want to play the game. So that's why we want to update the game. It's done.
But that would mean less big winners over a longer period of time, wouldn't it? If you've got, say, up to 14. If the Powerball range went up to 14, that cuts the odds to 1 in 6.7 million from what is it at the moment, 4.8 million or something. So it's going to be harder to win.
I'm not sure. It does mean that Division 1 Powerball would become slightly more difficult to win, but there are other things we could do as well across the other divisions, and it's sort of too early to confirm because, like I say, it does rest with the government, that decision. But we think that what we're sort of planning or proposing to do will meet our players' expectations. And at the end of the day, we want a Powerball game that people want to play and that feels winnable to them, whether it's a Division 1 or Division 7. So we think we've got the right sort of mix of ideas. And like I say, that's sort of with the government now. And we'll talk to them and see what comes out of it. And we can't wait to update our customers if and when there are changes.
So finally, Will, a bit of advice for people getting tickets to it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be lines out the door. What do you think?
Absolutely. Hey, you get in today if you can, or early tomorrow. And even if you're buying online, why not do it earlier rather than later? And like I said earlier, get involved. So throw your hat in the ring, but also keep it in moderation. It only does take one ticket to win.
It does. Always a pleasure, Will. Good to catch up. That is Will Hine, Lotto Head of Corporate Communications there